Alrighty then, it is time for another Office Hours capsule. It's been a very long night. I've been way over streaming because a lot of information. This is a part of my Office Hours live stream that I do on Thursdays at twitch.tv/TheAstroPub, youtube.com/TheAstroPubLive on Thursdays, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. Pacific. Come join us live. Come join chat, who's totally here of their own volition. Don't listen to them. Yeah, we'll be, we talk about a lot of things. We've been talking about the massive 1,000 player server test that happened recently. Emphasis on test. The major changes that have happened, the updates to ship changes that have happened. We've also been looking at ISC, we looked at the Zeus and the MFDs, lots of cool stuff. So with that being said, let's look at the Squadron 42 monthly report for August of 2024. Sure, it's nice and big. All right. AI features. Now, to give you context, I am going to read the whole thing. This isn't a summary. This is the whole thing through and through. And I am going to give you some of my commentary because I have been doing this for a long time. And so I read a lot of what CIG says, and so I can give you some context for what something might mean. For instance, the AI features is almost certainly just a copy-paste from the last Star Citizen one because the AI, they share the same AI. So a lot of the stuff is going to be copy-paste when it comes to the technical issues, especially around the engine development. They typically be the same. Sometimes there's little additions here and there, but usually not too much. Throughout August, AI features focused on polishing existing functionality to improve level flow. For example, during buddy sections, where players are aided by AI characters, the team increased and improved the control of mechanisms available to the designers so they can increase situational awareness. This is new. Like, for instance, this is brand new. This was not in the Star Citizen one. This means that AI characters no longer automatically crouch and draw a weapon when enemies are nearby. This is now a behavior that's controllable by a designer who can determine the best place for this to occur. A new follow-along path task was added alongside lead-along path task, allowing the designer to guide AI while simultaneously keeping up with the player. They're also improving tech to control when the buddy joins in combat to provide more level-specific situational awareness. AI features also polished various reactions, including the first reactions when NPCs respond to audio or visual events. While these behaviors had a solid base, some combat styles, weapons, and scenarios didn't play consistently. This is the copy and paste section from Star Citizen. For example, when escalating from a low reaction to a high reaction, to improve this, the team developed a new AI test level called a test cell. This is a building block setup with different character types, weapons, cover options, usables, etc. They've talked about this before. They have different character archetypes that they slap onto the different NPCs, and they can more or less randomly generate them and apply them within like a various set. So doing one mission in, say, Pyro isn't going to be the same mission every time. You might have a different dynamic depending on who's in control of the area and what type of mission it is. So that allows team to pick and mix different setups to produce consistent test scenarios. A particular combination can be exported as one cell and imported into a single layer where multiple test scenarios can be played simultaneously, allowing the team to quickly spot mistakes, fix them, and retest. So we're talking about basically different builds. So like, there are 3 pushers, a sniper, and a leader in this group, and there are 2 pushers, 2 snipers, and a leader in this group, and we can decide which one we'd want to drop in at different missions. So the test cell is also being used for cover hit reactions, which have different animation setups per cover type, combat style, and weapon type. Going forward, the test cell will be expanded to provide more consistency along a wide range of areas. AI tech. Alongside small improvements in bug fixing, AI tech worked on editor functionality to allow the designers to set scheduled game tags and assign action areas directly to NPCs. Game tags is what I'm talking about in terms of the different features. I think that's what it's called. So the schedule AI tags may be a little different. That may be the thing where they can have different schedules depending on what time of day it is. Secondly, they worked on a subsumption task and flow graph node to enable or disable navigation costs areas and modify their costs. the briefest kind of rundown is that the AI works off of a point system, where AI are given a certain amount of points, and they spend those points depending on their personalities. So as a result, they may spend points to go over an area, to go around an area that is dangerous, or they may choose not to because they've got like a reckless tag and they'll go through an area that might be more dangerous with like fire or something like that. So it depends on what the AI logic decides. AI Social Strike Team. The AI Social Strike Team spent part of August refining idle animations for desk workers. This work adds greater variety to NPCs seated at consoles, significantly reducing noticeable repetition when multiple characters are positioned next to each other. They then expanded the advanced animation set used for repairing and inspecting the Gladius and Hornet. These are more advanced and realistic animations, move away from the basic motions, adding a depth and believability to repair and inspection activities. Continuing from last month, the devs made significant progress refining various interactions throughout the game. As part of this, numerous non-essential interactions were removed to prevent confusion about what can and should be interacted with. This clear delineation ensures that when something is interactable, it serves a meaningful gameplay purpose. This step is crucial to maintaining intuitive game mechanics and enhancing the overall player experience. It's a good move. CIG does have a problem of cluttering up their play space a lot with stuff, just because it looks cool. This sounds like they're more dialing in the play experience. Work has also done to improve the cargo handling AI. For example, the utility behavior for AI involved in cargo handling was updated to allow multiple AI characters, not using trolleys, to move cargo from the same pickup location to the same drop-off area. Previously, only one AI character could perform this action at a time, resulting in an illogical sequence of events. With this new update, cargo movement now appears more realistic and dynamic, adding a layer of authenticity to the environment. Following an art pass on cargo in the Shubin location, the cab vehicle's AI was repathed. The cav? Like the cavalry? Or CAV? I don't know what that is. This update ensures that the vehicle's movements align perfectly with the new cargo layout. Finally, for social AI, numerous smaller bug fixes and improvements were made across the campaign. AI Game Intelligence Development Team. In August, the Game Intelligence Development Team concentrated on delivering a clean and stable Apollo StarScript UX update. This involved adding support for higher icon resolution so they can stay sharp when zoomed in, and straightening lines for a clearer read. Drag and drop was improved too. Now, when hovering ports with wider selection range are highlighted. The devs corrected the color and size of important nodes and added arrowheads to links leading to closed groups, and enlarged the hovering area and highlights to links and ports. Drop points were also added to links to identify the desired select line. Animation. Last month, the gameplay animation team worked on zero-G movement on surfaces, weapon first selects and overheats, improved updates, pickups, scene-specific player interactions, and numerous background animations for life around a key location. Significant progress was also made on a number of human enemy types. On the mocap side, the team supported gameplay and story needs with the capture shoots and solve the data. They also supported the mocap team so they can be even more efficient and knowledgeable on future shoots. The gameplay and gameplay animation teams then joined forces to use their expertise in retargeting to get faster traction on some upcoming asset sets. The team also are currently working on the final facial animation solves for Squadron 42 before pivoting to fleshing out background AI and improving high-profile story scenes. So it sounds like they're doing some pickup shots for mocap. To give you context for pickup shots for mocap, because that may sound like, well, wait, why are they doing that? They're feature complete, or they're in the polish stage. A lot of this is polished stuff. Almost certainly what they'll do, and this is something that I've heard from multiple CIG developers, is they have people who are dedicated game capture artists, like people who are trained to be game capture actors, who they hire to come on and do work, or they even keep on staff to do work. And then sometimes they'll just glance at an employee and be like, yeah, about the right height for the actor we had. Come on in and do these actions. And so they'll just suit them up and then have them go do scenes while they're there, so they can get some pickup animation, so they can get some like complete animations so they can smooth things out. So yeah, it sounds like they're moving towards the last steps to really not just make the main actors look good, but make everyone at Shubin Mining or there's a special station that we've kind of seen portions of, or various other locations more correctly. Cav, cargo something with an A vehicle, cargo armored vehicle. Maybe the Cav is that gigantic barge that we've seen in some of the Squadron 42 stuff. The stuff that looks like the big movement platforms on Orison, like those giant engines that are moving that are around Shubin. Maybe those are it. Graphics and VFX programming. Alongside stability and performance improvements for Vulcan, the graphics team improved debug tooling for the long-term health of the dev experience. For global illumination, support was added for high-gloss specular reflections, which builds on previous rough specular work. The team also added live updates to GPU ray tracing, acceleration structures, and began working on improvements to transparent objects. Performance-wise, the global illumination system now supports both temporal and spatial subsampling to accumulate the same visual result with fewer rays fired per frame. Ongoing tasks consist of async creation and additional types of destructible renderer objects, such as gas cloud chunks, to reduce frame time spikes on the CPU. Squadron 42's main fire hazard system wrapped, with the team moving to bug fixes and design balancing. They're nearly finished with data conversion for better particle effect management, while various performance enhancements are now in progress. So yeah, fire system's done for Squadron 42. They're basically just improving and optimizing the game to look better with VFX programming. Aha, my favorite. Narrative. Towards the end of the summer, Narrative continued working with core gameplay to refine a number of Galactopedia entries and identify where they will unlock. The aim for the next few months is to lock down the first half of the game from an entry point of view, which will enable the team to fully test the experience and make sure players receive an enjoyable number of entries. The team also moved back to live production with pickup shooting, which involved re-recording a handful of lines for a supporting character. Narrative also supported the audio department in a WALA section. I know what WALA stands for, but I can't remember exactly. So if you know that term before, because I've heard that term before, please let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't heard this term before, it says right here. WALA is a low, persistent series of indecipherable conversations that go alongside our scripted scenes and dynamic conversations to make things feel more populated. It's a term for background noise. WALA is a term for background noise, but it's generated background noise rather than random. That makes sense. Narrative team. Elsewhere, work continued. If you want to type that, if you just want to copy and paste that in your comments, feel free to do that too. Elsewhere, work continued on the in-fiction collectibles that the team is developing with outsourced artists. They're also continued to regularly play through levels to review the implementation of the latest content to ensure things are triggering correctly and iterate on the overall flow. VFX. Last month, VFX focused on polishing and selecting a selection of key scenes alongside cinematics. They also continue to support the design and art teams with ongoing level work. So, what did we learn? Well, it seems like they're doing a lot of, again, polishing. They're working on, like, not just polishing, but details like how Galactopedia entries are unlocked. At what point? They're working on bug fixing fire hazards, improving the overall visual flow. They're working on animations for specific movements and improving the background characters' kind of art a little bit more. And they're working on a ton of AI stuff, usually just art passes, improvements and social systems, like little tweaks here and there to get it feel more believable and more immersive as it is. So yeah, it's another month of polish and getting things ready. Pretty short comparatively, but these have been fairly short recently. As always, if you, I want to hear your thoughts down below, because as I've been saying, I think we're going to see at CitizenCon a release date for Squadron 42, and maybe start seeing gameplay demos and a playable version of Squadron 42 on the floor of CitizenCon. Do you think I'm insane? do you think I'm right? I'm seeing all of these things seem to be telling me that they're definitely working on a polish for something, and they've definitely been that weird. We're working on on Galactopedia entries for the first half of the game. Why the first half? Why not the whole thing? Why not just one part? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this and you want to see me do this, I do this every month. If you want to see more of this and other comments on Star Citizen and Squadron 42, and I've been doing reviews on other games. I'll be doing a review. I did a review on Star Wars Outlaws for those of you who are interested. I'm also going to be doing a review on Star Trucker and Space Marine 2, which will take some time because I've got a lot of other things to do. Make sure you like the video, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell icon to be notified when it's released. And as always, I'd love to have you join us live on Thursdays at twitch.tv/TheAstroPub, youtube.com/TheAstroPub live, and join these wonderful folks here in the discussions. And like I always say, hope to see you someday in the black.